Power of a dream. Regine chose Virginia College for cosmetology and got the skills she needed to start her own client list. Today, Regine owns an award-winning hair salon and helps others realize the power of their dreams. Sometimes, success starts when the lessons that change you help you change the world. Virginia College, your success starts here. Call or visit vc.edu.
Unlike a bank, Safe Federal Credit Union never pistol-whipped a hermit crab. Unlike a bank, Safe has defeated Chuck Norris in hand-to-beard combat. Almost. Unlike a bank, Safe smells like chocolate. But most importantly, Safe is not for profit and member-owned, so you get lower fees, better rates, more services, and you get to keep more of your money. Unlike a bank. Experience Safe Federal Credit Union, where my membership matters.
What excites me is the opportunity to take the skills I have and to give back to my community.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today.
It's about stimulating innovation, even in children that don't think they like math or science.
So we get them hands-on, and it's like brains are going. I can almost guarantee you they're thinking way differently about science after we were done with them.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
Back in Colonial Life Arena, the weekend of champions here on the SCHSL network. 7 state champions have been crowned. Number 8 coming up. It is the Southside Tigers and the Hartsville Red Foxes. Bob Shields and John Versteeg with you here as we get ready for the 8th of 8 championship games. This is the hardware they've all been playing for. We've had a lot of close ones today. This is the 3A boys final we're about to play. But John, the 3A girls final was not a close game. Dreer, a dominating performance.
Hard to believe that these are two teams in Dreer and Wade Hampton that allowed just about 30 points per game on the average. You had a sophomore by the name of Kadra Duckett that almost got that per game total by herself with 21 total points, and she's been tremendous, certainly for this Dreer team. But yeah, Kadra Duckett with 21 points, Janisha Myers, an 8th grader, with 14, Michaela Johnson with 14, 21 straight wins to close out the 2011-2012 season. And good to see the Generals winning their 3rd title since 2001. They had that stretch where they went to the state championship from 2001 through 2003, and good to see them get back here today.
With Teresa Jones, the head coach at Dreer, she has done this before where she's had a remarkable run with young players and go on to win at least a couple of state championships. A couple of sophomores and an 8th grader leading the way here this evening. You'd like to think the future is mighty bright for that Lady Blue Devil program.
Well, and she was the first to say it. I mean, the guys talked about it during the game. Hey, don't let your age be the reason you don't get to your potential. So it's just like what they talked about. You're only as young as you feel, and you're only as old of a basketball player as you feel, too. If you feel you can compete, you can, and that's exactly what they did here today.
What do you find is the key for Dreer? Was it just their athleticism, or how do you see it, John?
Well, it was just a matter of just playing tenacious on the defensive end. I joked with Coach Jones when I had her, for the interview, that really it's been one of those things where Kadra Duckett, it seemed like, almost had as many steals as she had buckets. Plenty of her buckets came off of that defensive pressure, and that was really a big key to what happened today.
Well, we've, again, had some nail biters, some buzzer beaters, and some near misses, but this one was not a close game, but still you give Wade Hampton all the credit for getting here.
There's no question, and obviously what they were able to do this year was simply remarkable, with the winning streak of that only one loss coming earlier in the year in the preseason tournament. And they knew what they needed to do at halftime. That's what Coach talked about. Make those defensive adjustments. Don't let them rattle us a little bit. Unfortunately for them, it was a matter of the same old in the second half, where they were able to get a lot of points. Dreer was off of the Wade Hampton mistakes.
I know that the student athletes on the losing side are awfully disappointed. but again, this is a memory they'll cherish for a long, long time.
Well, no question. We even talked about it earlier, with the shots that were missed at the buzzer. It may seem terrible right now for a lot of these younger players, but yeah, over time when you go back and you look at it, certainly there's going to be a lot more smiles.
We have one more big trophy to hand out here tonight. Again, it is the 3A Boys State Championship game, the Southside Tigers and Hartsville Red Foxes. And frankly, these are two teams that, other than their own fans, not many expected them to get here. Southside, for instance, had 4 straight losses late in the season. Just an 18-9 record coming in here for third-year coach B.J. Jackson and his Tigers. Hartsville, meanwhile, had a 25-point loss to Darlington late in the year, but Coach Eric Samuels' Red Foxes put together a good stretch run. In fact, Coach Samuels played for the Hartsville Red Foxes, star player back in the early 90s, and this is not his first trip to the big dance here with high school basketball. Won a state title with Hunter Kiner Tyler back in 05. That was a Class A title. Now he's going for a 3A ring. Let's check out how they got here. Southside, a 66-60 winner over Wade Hampton in last week's Upper State game, while Hartsville knocked off Lower Richland in an impressive fashion, 60-46 for the Lower State title. Your keys to the contest, well, it's pretty much limit second chances for the Southside Tigers. And for those Red Foxes, they got to play that tenacious D that I know Coach Samuel preaches all the time. And we're not far from tip-off from what is our 8th and final game here on the Weekend of Champions.
Yeah, it certainly has been an intriguing day, an exciting day, and hopefully it'll be an exciting finish as we have one more game left on this Weekend of Champions.
Well, it'd be nice to see another buzzer beater, as we've seen close finishes in most of today's games. After all, it is the finale. It is the Hartsville Red Foxes and the Southside Tigers. We're just moments from the opening lineups and the tips, and our play-by-play guy, Emerson Phillips, is a Dreer graduate, so I'm sure he'll have a smile on his face as we continue Weekend of Champions here on the SCHSL Network.
Tyler Ryan here with some Breaks for Less math. Some guys are going to give you a 2-wheel brake job. It's going to be about $200. At Breaks for Less, you get brakes on 4 wheels for $99. Let me add this up. A $99 4-wheel brake job is twice the work for half the money. That is the kind of math that just makes sense. Breaks for Less is the only way to stop.
Breaks for Less, 6 locations, including Irmo and Lexington. Ladies, come in on Wednesday and get 20% off. Call 254-STOP.
This is Regine. Her parents taught her about success and the power of a dream. Regine chose Virginia College for cosmetology and got the skills she needed to start her own client list. Today, Regine owns an award-winning hair salon and helps others realize the power of their dreams. Sometimes, success starts when the lessons that change you help you change the world. Virginia College, your success starts here. Call or visit vc.edu.
Unlike a bank, Safe Federal Credit Union never pistol-whipped a hermit crab. Unlike a bank, Safe has defeated Chuck Norris in hand-to-beard combat. Almost. Unlike a bank, Safe smells like chocolate. But most importantly, Safe is not for profit and member owned, so you get lower fees, better rates, more services, and you get to keep more of your money. Unlike a bank. Experience Safe Federal Credit Union, where my membership matters.
What excites me is the opportunity to take the skills I have and to give back to my community.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today.
It's about stimulating innovation, even in children that don't think they like math or science.
So we get them hands-on, and it's like brains are going. I can almost guarantee you they're thinking way differently about science after we were done with them.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome into the nightcap of the Weekend of Champions at the Colonial Life Arena in Columbia, South Carolina, here on the South Carolina High School League Network. Southside and Hartsville for the 3A Boys State Crown. Emerson Phillips, courtside with Stacy Huff. Glad to have you with us once again on the SCHSL network. And Stacy, we got 3A championship tonight. Southside has won a couple of 2A titles here in the last decade, but they're playing up in Class 3A now, thanks to the last high school league realignment. And Hartsville has not won the state title in 60 years.
It's been a long time coming. The whole town of Hartsville excited and abuzz, and B.J. Jackson trying to keep the tradition going at Southside High School.
Let's take a look at those Tigers from Southside. They are the upper state champions, and they are led by a ninth grader, Jawan Evans. How about 28 points a week ago?
He took over that game last week. He's the one who carried Southside Tigers to this title game, averaging just under 11 points a game, 3 rebounds, and about 2 steals a game. He's big on both ends of the floor.
We'll take a look at the starting lineups for Southside High School under head coach B.J. Jackson Anderson. The freshman Evans, Burton, Copeland, and Sloan for Southside coming in 18 and 9. And Stacy, for the Hartsville Red Foxes, first we'll check in with B.J. Jackson talking about this Southside team and playing for the championship tonight.
This game right here, you know, first and foremost, we'll tell our kids, keep your composure out there. You'll be playing in front of a big crowd, you know, family, friends. Kids tend to get jacked up, a little bit too jacked up for the game. So first we'll tell them keep their composure. Second, we'll tell them stay together. That's one thing that's been our biggest thing that we've been saying in the playoffs. If you play together, good things are going to happen to you. Third, take care of the ball. We know Hartsville is a pressing team, and that's going to be a key component of us being successful, taking care of the ball, being able to be efficient in our offense as well as boxing out and rebounding because they've got some size over there. Also, we're going to have to hit free throws down the stretch like we did against Wade Hampton. It's going to be a big part of it.
Hartsville comes in 22 and 6 on the year, Stacy. They are led by all-state selection Jalen Shaw.
He wears number 5, folks. Young man is 6 foot tall, but the thing he does is he can shoot it from deep. He shoots about 40%, and he averages 21 points a ball game. He's an all-state selection. There he is on your screen right there. 4.5 rebounds also he throws in.
We'll check the Hartsville starting lineup for you now for the Red Foxes. It's Benjamin, Shaw, McPhail, Washington, and Prescott. Hartsville with a considerable height advantage in this ball game. We also spoke with Hartsville head coach Eric Samuel, who is a Hartsville High School graduate. We asked him about playing in this state championship game and representing Hartsville High School.
Well, I'm just going to tell them, it's a moment they're going to remember for the rest of their life. We want to come out and play well. It's just a day, like I said, they remember forever. So I don't know, man. I just hope we perform. I hope you know, the community come out and support us, and you know, it's gonna be great. That's all I'm saying.
So we're set for the 3A Boys Championship game. This is the final game of 8 games on tap this weekend here at the Colonial Life Arena for the basketball version of the Weekend of Champions. Bob Shields is with us courtside today. We will send it over to Bob. Good evening, Bob.
Good evening, Emerson, and congratulations to your alma mater, the Dreher Blue Devils, as they wrap up the 3A Girls State Championship. We're going 8 for 8. Here it is, the 8th and final game of Weekend of Champions here on SCHSL Network. The Hartsville Red Foxes, and right behind me here, the Southside Tigers. Looking forward to a fantastic finish. We've had some great ones. Emerson, Stacy, you're on the call.
32 minutes of high school basketball for the 3A Boys State Championship. We'll step away from the Colonial Life Arena, and we'll come back with your opening tip-off on the South Carolina High School League Network. This is number 3.
Look at the flip pass. Here comes Lee. Lee, one-on-one. Fire, scores.
From the acute angle, David Frazier.
Championship point, Del Toro. That's it. Hillcrest wins. It is Sanders. Sanders pulling away, showing his speed.
For all the best in South Carolina High School League Championship action, both live and on demand, your destination is SCHSL.TV.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful.
We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the SCHSL network, go to schsl.tv/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
Bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
It is title time in Columbia. Welcome in once again to the Colonial Life Arena for the 3A Boys State Championship game. The Hartsville Red Foxes, 22-6, taking on the Southside Tigers at 18-9. Stacy, a height advantage for Hartsville in this matchup. There's no getting around it. Tevin Prescott at 6'6", Devontae Washington at 6'4". Hartsville will bring in Lakeith Ingram, their sophomore, who is also 6 feet 4 inches tall. And you look at the Southside starters, they got a couple of 6'3" kids, but that's as tall as they've got. So they're going to have to find a way to deal with that tonight.
They're going to try to out-quick them, but Coach B.J. Jackson says himself, Hartsville's big and quick, though, so it'll be interesting.
All right, let's check out the starting lineups, the introductions of these players for this championship game.
Let's meet the starting lineups for this contest. First, all the way out of Greenville County, South Carolina, wearing orange uniforms with black and white trim, with an overall record of 16-7. They are representing Region 2 Class 3A, the Upper State Champions, Southside High School Tigers. At a guard position of 5'8", senior number 3, Dante Anderson. In the second guard position of 5'10", freshman number 10, Jawan Evans. Playing the third guard position of 6'4", junior number 24, Quay Copeland. At center position of 6'3", senior number 44, Chris Sloan. And at 1-4 position of 6 foot sophomore number 15, A.J. Burton. The head coach of the Tigers is B.J. Jackson, assisted by Jonathan Campbell, Kirby Freeman, Reggie Copeland, and Steve Stedman. Their opponents, all the way from Hartsville, South Carolina, Darlington County, respectively, wearing white uniforms with red trim, with an overall record of 21-4. They are champions and representing Region 6 Class 3A, the lower state champions, the Hartsville High School Red Foxes. At a guard position, correction, at center position, a 6'4" senior, number 30, Devontae Washington. At forward position, a 6'4" senior, number 1, Donnie Benjamin. Playing the other forward position of 6'6", senior number 31, Tevin Prescott. At a guard position of 5'9", senior number 15, Marquez McPhail. Playing the other guard position of 6', junior number 5, Jalen Shaw. And the head coach of the Red Foxes, Eric Samuel, assisted by Calvin Shaw, Dennis Roger, Roy McPhail, and Tion Steele.
Starting lineups for tonight's ball game. The 8th and final game of the night. Stacy, we mentioned the Southside won a couple of 2A state titles. In fact, they've won 3 2A state championships. Pedrick, Williams, and Lipscomb are officials tonight. Southside won the 2A state title in 92, 08, and 09. They won in 2008 and 2009 under Louis Golden, who is in attendance here tonight.
Yes.
B.J. Jackson was an assistant coach under Louis Golden for those 2 championship runs for Southside, but again, that was in Class 2A. They've moved up in enrollment. They're up into Class 3A, and they get a Hartsville team, which has not won the state championship since 1952.
Long time ago, my man.
So we are underway. Hartsville in white, Southside in orange. 4 playoff victories apiece for these 2 clubs to get to this championship round. Hartsville beat Greer, Sockasty, Wilson, and last week Low Richland at the Florence Civic Center. Southside has beaten Daniel, Nation Ford, Eastside, and last week 66-60 over Wade Hampton of Greenville at the Bilo Center. Dante Anderson drives baseline, circus shot, defended nicely by Hartsville. That was 31 Prescott on defense, and now Shaw goes the other way, tried to kick it into the corner, and it was deflected out by Quay Copeland.
Emerson, I'm going to tell you, neither team is gun shy. I'm going to predict now, let you know, this game has a chance to be the highest scoring game of the weekend of champions. B.J. Jackson on the screen.
Lob pass in for Hartsville. Went into Devontae Washington.
Full court pressure, which we expected from Hartsville. They like to press.
Steal by Shaw. And a whistle.
So loud and you couldn't hear the whistle. Unless he just put his fingers in his mouth and whistled. I'm not sure. I didn't hear that one, though.
They got a foul on Hartsville. There's Eric Samuel, the Hartsville High School graduate who has led his alma mater to the state championship game. Coach Samuel making his 3rd appearance in the title game. He coached Hunter Kynard Tyler High School to 2 separate appearances in the title game. He lost to Latta in 2002. And his HKT team beat Hemingway in 2005.
We did that game, Emerson. I remember that.
Coach Samuel already with 1 state championship to his credit, trying to make it 2, and Hartsville goes up 4-0 with Tevin Prescott.
6'6", that's the height advantage right there.
And another whistle. Replay on that bucket by Prescott. This is the height advantage, Stacy, 6'6".
It's a good post up, 1 power dribble, Emerson, and got the ball up high. He knows how to use all 6'6" of it, and that's what Coach B.J. Jackson from Southside is afraid of, that height advantage.
They lobbed it into Prescott, and he did the damage on the interior. 4-0 Hartsville. This is Dante Anderson, difficult shot, off of the window, a little bit strong, rebounded by Prescott. Prescott hounded by Anthony Burton, and now a steal by Southside. Copeland's got it. He'll weave into the front court. Rising up, 2-pointer came up short. Copeland follows his miss, lays it through the lane, and the first Southside points belong to Chris Sloan.
He's that big man in the paint, 6'3". He's going to get some bigger boys, Emerson, but he's kind of clever around the basket.
Side of the lane, Devontae Washington for a 16-footer baseline. Nothing but twine.
Devontae Anderson, he had a big game last week to get him to this championship game.
Beautiful long pass in front to Anderson, who couldn't handle it. Shaw's got it for Hartsville. He got tripped, no call. Shot off of the iron. Knocked out by Hartsville. It'll be Southside basketball.
Impressed with Jalen Shaw. Strong left-handed dribble, Emerson. He's good with either hand on the penetration. Couldn't quite get the shot in that time, but at 21 points a game, you know Jalen Shaw's a kid that knows how to get his offense on. to the bench early.
Hartsville showing press. Southside inbounds. Nicholas Yelverton just into the ball game. This is Yelverton. Over to Copeland. Now it's Jawan Evans, the ninth grader, with a jump pass and leaping to make the catch, and then going straight up. A.J. Burton drawing a foul.
Nice pass there by Jawan Evans. He does force the issue. He's a freshman, doesn't play shy at all. Good penetration. With a spot of cutting teammate to the basket, and 15 gets a free throw here, Anthony Burton. Only a sophomore.
Burton, the leading rebounder for the Southside ball club. Stacy, Southside lost 4 straight games during the month of February, and they finished in 4th place in their region. A very difficult region it is out of the upstate, but it's not common at all that you find a 4th place team out of 6 in the region that make it all the way to the championship round, but that's what Southside is doing.
Exactly. They got hot late, though. And so, if you're going to have a winning streak, the playoffs are the time to do it, and they've gotten hot at the right time and found some shot makers here as the season is going on.
Southside's 3rd round victory was over Eastside, which had been the #1 ranked team in 3A basketball much of the year. Southside beat Eastside 62-52 in the 3rd round. This is Hartsville. Lakeith Ingram just into the ball game. We'll move to the foul line here. One shot would have counted had it gone, but 2 shots coming up here for Ingram.
Not to make an excuse for Southside, but Coach, B.J. Jackson at the press conference Monday, he mentioned that this team fought through tragedy this season. At least 2 players on the team lost relatives, and 1 player lost his father. And then B.J. Jackson himself, the coach, went through a personal tragedy during the season, so he said they had to put it together through tragedy. And, young players are going to be affected by things that happen in their family. So, some of that might have, led to some of the struggles they had just, within the last month or 2 of this team.
Ingram gives Hartsville a 3-point lead, and Ingram got a hand on the inbound pass, but Southside keeps it. Evans moving front court. Sloan an offensive rebound. There's a shot off the side of the backboard. No good by Evans. Out for 3. No. Burton battles for the board. Burton at 6 feet tall, the leading rebounder for Southside. And he battled hard to get that board.
He did. Hard player.
Now it's Yelverton driving in, hanging in, scoring on a tough shot.
Speaking of forcing the issue, number 20, Nicholas Yelverton, just put a shoulder in there, created space, and got the ball up.
Jump ball call here.
Arrow goes to Hartsville. It goes to Southside, excuse me. The pace of this game is going to be a high-scoring one. And both teams are substituting liberally early in the ball game.
Another sub for Hartsville. Devontae Washington checks back in, but Washington blocked 9 shots in Hartsville's lower state championship game victory over Lower Richland 1 week ago tonight.
Very impressive kid. Only a junior.
Yelverton backs it out, picked up by Lakeith Ingram. Now Yelverton drives in, had it stripped away by Shaw. Ingram picks it up, fires it up the midcourt, and a whistle and a foul on the south side. Evans going after a steal. Effectively stopped the break with the foul, but could not come up with the takeaway.
Breakneck speed right here. Hartsville was off to the races. Take a look at that bench right there. Last time I saw the guys that well dressed, Emerson, it was a collection plate being passed around.
Yeah. Hey, the coaches for both these teams came ready for the occasion in terms of their attire tonight, I can tell you that.
That's a complete deacon board right there.
You thought the Southside coaches dressed nicely, and believe me, they did. Wait till you check out the Hartsville coaches tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You got to wear the team colors to the state championship game, Stacey. We've seen all the head coaches do that.
Yes. Hartsville takes it to another level.
These coaches have taken it to another level, no doubt.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We like their enthusiasm. So here we go off of the inbound pass. Jawan Evans, a young ninth grader, missing. Offensive rebound. That's Dorian Pinson, number 22, into the game. He got the offensive board, so Southside with Quay Copeland, bounce feed inside. Good defense, a double team on Shaquan Young. Forced him into an errant shot down low, and Southside commits the foul as Hartsville starts the other way.
That was a beautiful feed by Quay Copeland. Look at that coaching staff right there with the red shirts and red ties to match.
And the black suits.
And the black suit. It's like an episode of The Sopranos almost.
And Coach Samuel dressed alike.
Love it. Can't dress for success.
Hartsville with a 7-6 lead. Under 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Shaw, 3. Oh, it rattled out. Offensive rebound. Washington tried to put it back up, and he was fouled.
I'm going to tell you right now, Devontae Washington is a problem. He's a tremendous problem for Southside. He's been beating them on the boards. That's Coach Eric Samuel right there. But Devontae Washington, as you said, had a big game last week, and he's just been a pest for Southside. He's batting balls up and getting rebounds. They can't seem to block him out.
Washington and Prescott averaging 18 rebounds a game between them. Also 25 points tonight for that pair, and we figured they would be a factor in this ball game tonight, as they've been all year for Hartsville High School.
Hold up in play right now. But
second shot now for Devontae Washington, the 6'4 junior. Back iron, there's Prescott. Offensive glass, Tevin Prescott.
Again, I admit, Coach B.J. Jackson, look at the intensity. He's halfway on the court talking to his team. You know, he's a former football player, Emerson. Played at Pikeville College in Kentucky. So he's a college football player. Take a look right here. Just going up, strong with two hands, slid it between two. Good putback by Tevin Prescott, 6'6 senior. And B.J. Jackson, the coach of Southside, is livid right now.
Yeah, Coach Jackson went right over to Shaquan Young and asked him to do a little bit better job boxing out, I believe.
Exactly.
On the foul shot. So Coach Jackson got the 30-second timeout, had a brief word, albeit a strong word.
He brings that football locker room mentality to the sidelines. Very emotional over there. We saw that last week.
So Southside set to inbound. 23, Rashawn Scott inbounds. And Quay Copeland, the leading scorer for Southside, fires into the front court for Dante Anderson. Left wing, Scott, three-pointer, right side iron. And a rebound for Hartsville by Alex Gottlieb. Hartsville out in front, and a bucket on the other end. Hartsville beat him down the floor.
Good look ahead by Jalen Shaw, and good catch by Devontae Washington. He's a problem. He's a problem.
Count the basket with the foul.
Devontae Washington, I'm telling you, he's making his presence known right now. Very emotional with the fist pump. They need to pay more attention to number 30 right there. Good up and under move. Great body control. Look at the steal right here. Long arms. Deflects the ball, keeps it to himself. And the hoop.
Yeah, Stacey, that's what people talk about. You know, when you hear us talk about length, that's what people are talking about. Those long arms enable you to deflect more passes and create more turnovers when you press.
It's very disruptive.
And the half-court offense as well. So Hartsville out to a 10-point lead all of a sudden, under 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Copeland will jack the three. Not this time. Gottlieb, the rebound for the running Red Foxes. Now it's Shaw, the All-State selection, giving it off to Gottlieb. Gottlieb!
Splash!
Knocked the bottom out of it.
Yes, sir. Alex Gottlieb, 6'2 senior. He can stroke it.
Anderson with a high throw. Copeland does a great job to catch the pass. Fired it underneath the bottom of the rim. And here's Hartsville with a 12-point cushion. Gottlieb, another fall away. Teardrop shot came up short. Rebounded by Southside's Dorian Pinson. Coming up on 1 minute left in the quarter. Copeland gets a high screen. Put up an air ball. Collected, however, by Scott. Loose ball picked up inside. Rejected on the interior.
Good look by Copeland. Just better defense by Hartsville.
Red Foxes with Shaw laying it through the lane and some heavy contact. And a Southside foul will put Hartsville back at the line.
Yeah, I think number 30 there, Devontae Washington, meant to get everybody up off their seat with that one. Had he not been fouled, he's going to try to do a little chin-up action right there. That's a good look at him. Young man is playing his heart out early in the ball game.
No question, Washington was thinking about a two-hand jam, and he puts the first foul shot up short. 14, Naquan Pearson into the ball game for the Red Foxes, along with number 3, Freddie Jackson. Freddie Jackson.
Yes, sir.
We hear good things about Freddie Jackson. This kid diving all over the floor. He's only 5 feet 5 inches tall. As we look at Devontae Washington at the foul line. Second shot, good this time. So 1 of 2 for Washington. The Southside inbounds to Evans. Evans into the front court. The key, the line. Oh, hounded from behind. Got hit in the head. No foul call. Hartsville's got it with 14. Naquan Pearson. And a takeaway by Pinson. Long pass in front. Evans. Layup good. And he got fouled after the play.
And he ran into the stool there where our cameraman is sitting right there. Got the bottom of that stool might have caught a little bit of his head as well. But that's a tough kid. A lot of heart on this kid here. Good look ahead there by Dorian Pinson. And he goes down right there where our cameraman is, right at his feet. Hop up though. Jawan Evans, he's making all the Evans proud tonight. JJ, Thelma, Michael, Florida, all of them proud of him tonight.
The basket obviously counts, and it'll be a one-shot foul here. A little bit of continuation there. I think the foul occurred after the ball had gone through the net.
It did. Yeah, in that case, it could have been a two-shot foul or a possible 1-and-1 because it was definitely a foul.
So a three-point play for Southside freshman Jawan Evans. And it's a 19-9 Hartsville lead. This is Jalen Shaw rising from 15. One-hand shot. Came up short. Evans has it, and that'll be the end of the first quarter. The Red Foxes from Hartsville High School in town from Darlington County, and they dropped 19 in the first quarter on the Southside Tigers in the 3A Boys State Championship game on the South Carolina High School League Network.
Tyler Ryan here with some Breaks for Less math. You know, some guys are going to give you a two-wheel brake job. It's going to be about $200. At Breaks for Less, you get brakes on 4 wheels for $99. Let me add this up. A $99 four-wheel brake job is twice the work for half the money. That is the kind of math that just makes sense. Breaks for Less is the only way to stop.
Breaks for Less, 6 locations, including Irmo and Lexington. Ladies, come in on Wednesday and get 20% off. Call 254-STOP.
This is Regine. Her parents taught her about success and the power of a dream. Regine chose Virginia College for cosmetology and got the skills she needed to start her own client list. Today, Regine owns an award-winning hair salon and helps others realize the power of their dreams. Sometimes, success starts when the lessons that change you help you change the world. Virginia College, your success starts here. Call or visit vc.edu.
Unlike a bank, Safe Federal Credit Union never pistol-whipped a hermit crab. Unlike a bank, Safe has defeated Chuck Norris in hand-to-beard combat. Almost. Unlike a bank, Safe smells like chocolate. But most importantly, Safe is not for profit and member-owned, so you get lower fees, better rates, more services, and you get to keep more of your money. Unlike a bank. Experience Safe Federal Credit Union, where my membership matters.
What excites me is the opportunity to take the skills I have and to give back to my community.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today.
It's about stimulating innovation, even in children that don't think they like math or science.
So we get them hands-on, and it's like brains are going. I can almost guarantee you they're thinking way differently about science after we were done with them.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
Welcome back. Emerson Phillips with Stacy Hoff, the Hartsville cheerleaders, and the mascot. Excited about what they've seen thus far in this 3A championship game. Now Southside creates a turnover to begin the second quarter, and a foul by Freddie Jackson from Hartsville.
That ball deflected by the freshman, Jawan Evans. He's just a good all-around basketball player. This kid, the more I watch him, the more I press down with him. A ninth grader, he gets it. He has a high basketball IQ. He makes good plays on defense and offense and away from the ball. Just a solid kid.
Southside in orange, Hartsville in white and red. Scott thought about the three, thought better of it, lays it over to Pinson, and a short give to Anderson, who will back it out for the Tigers. Start again. Give it up to Young. That ball stayed in bounds, and Hartsville's got it. Hartsville to the hole. Not this time. Zeke Copeland took it in strong, but could not finish. Now Hartsville's got 3 on 2. Ingram, too strong. He'll follow the miss and draw the foul.
Yeah, he wasn't ready to shoot the ball that time, but take a look here what happened. Ball just got away from Jawan Evans. Good job by Zeke Cooper not going out of bounds that time. Couldn't quite finish the basket, but it was a bad outlet pass right here by Southside, led to a Hartsville turnover.
Ingram misses the first foul shot, and Southside will sub.
Coach Samuel there working him hard. He's a veteran. He's been there before, been there, done that. He has a title ring from HKT.
One of 2 for Lakeith Ingram. Hartsville 20, Southside 9. Evans, yes.
The baby beast, Jawan Evans. Nice shot. Look at the outlet pass. Look at the pass.
Prescott missed the jam. And a foul on Hartsville. They got Copeland on a reach in.
Pulled Evans down. Evans got the rebound on that, but he just blew the leak out dunk that time with a nice look ahead by Hartsville.
Stacy, we haven't seen a lot of dunks this weekend, but I will say this, we've seen almost as many missed as we have made.
Yes, we have. A lot of missed dunks. Some of that due to nerves, I'll say.
Hartsville by 9, Southside with the basketball. Dante Anderson driving and putting it up with the left hand, drawing another foul.
They called that foul way back on Dante Anderson got fouled. Emerson before that. We didn't hear the whistle. I'm having a hard time distinguishing the whistles here, but the play went on a few seconds after the whistle blew. It's going to be a 2-shot foul.
A little bit strong on the first shot by Anderson. 12 points a game for Anderson. He's a 62% foul shooter. And checking in for Hartsville, Marquez McPhail, one of their starters, coming back into the game. And a shooter's roll for Dante Anderson.
One of only 2 seniors on the Southside roster.
McPhail jumps and gets it to Prescott. Now it's Shaw knifing in, lost the handle, and taking it out of the air. Dorian Pinson on a nice play. The outlet to Evans. Evans able to maintain the dribble, and he draws a foul on Freddie Jackson. That's 2 quick ones on the diminutive Freddie Jackson at 5 feet 5 inches tall.
Yes, sir. Only a sophomore. That was about 3 points a goal game, but what he does, he gets inside your jersey defensively. He really changes the atmosphere defensively, and that's going to hurt him and have him sit down with 2 quick fouls, Emerson.
So Evans back to the foul line. 1-and-1, and the first shot drops. Stacy, I've seen a lot of high school basketball, as have you over the years, and I'm not sure that I've seen a more impressive 2 minutes of basketball than I saw from this young man right here, Jawan Evans, at the end of the Wade Hampton game last week, the Upper State Championship game. The game was tied at 58.
He went on a personal run.
Evans took the game over. He scored. Well, Southside closed the game on an 8-2 run, and Evans scored all 8 points. He hit a conventional 3-point play. He had to hoop and harm. Then he stole the basketball from Wade Hampton, took it in for a layup, and he hit 3 free throws over the final 40 seconds or so to help ice that victory, and he ended up with 28 points on the night. Now Southside running it out, missing, but there to follow is Chris Sloan.
They're pushing it. This is the tempo they like. Nice pitch ahead. They all run the floor well for Southside. Coming out in a little token trapping press right now, trying to trap in the corners. They have a plan right here.
Smart play by McPhail to fire it off the leg of one of the Southside players.
That's what you don't want, though. You don't want to pick the dribble up in the corners against this pressure. Almost got exposed that time.
A 10-1 Southside run right now. Hartsville gets it in to Washington. He's defended well. Prescott the follow. Oh, a 360 job, and it rimmed out. That ball was halfway down, and it rimmed around and came out. Quay Copeland pass deflected by Shaw. Southside maintains. Anderson can't hit from three. Shaw leaps for the rebound. He'll take it in and score it with a right hand.
Coach B.J. Jackson is going to call a 30-second, Emerson.
Coach Jackson very clear about what he wants from his ball club, Stacy, and on a couple of occasions tonight, he's not gotten it, and he takes a quick timeout to reiterate the message.
Yeah, he gets his point across. As I said before, he has that football mentality. He's more of an in-your-face type coach.
All right, let's listen in to Hartsville head coach Eric Samuel telling us what makes this Hartsville team special.
Well, this team, man, they from day one, we had good team chemistry, a good bond between the players and coaches. They exhibit good work ethic during the summer. They're a fun group to watch. The faculty and staff at the high school love these kids. Academically, they perform, and we just a great group, man, to work with. Yeah.
Coach Samuel in his 7th year at his alma mater. We mentioned he worked previously at HKT, and just a very warm personality, Coach Samuel. He's a fun-loving type of guy. Not afraid to have some fun with you when he's talking to you, Stacy, and a real pleasure to talk to him.
Yes, sir, it is. He is, and he loves basketball. That's one thing that's obvious when you talk to him as well. He loves the game.
Hartsville jacking up a three, a high arcer off of the back iron. Long rebound to McPhail. Bounce it inside Washington. Washington got bumped and still scored.
Great body control that time. Washington's having a monster ball game.
And the Hartsville lead had shrunk to 4. It's back up to 8.
Nice pass. Juwan Evans.
Sloan couldn't hit. Burton missed the bunny. And a foul here on Hartsville.
They scored a beautiful pass by Juwan Evans that time. He found Sloan wide open. Take a look at this last basket. It was a nice drop step, power dribble, took a little hit there. And just look at that soft touch. That's soft as church music.
Yes, it was. And he did take some body contact there. Still able to hit the shot as Sloan misses the first foul shot here for Southside. More substitutions. Yelverton back in. Sloan misses the second one, and Prescott has the rebound. Brandon Avant is number 2, just in. And this is Devontae Washington. Couple of head fakes, another tough shot.
Good shot by Washington. Had a little foot shuffle that time, got away with it, but they got the ball inside against a 2-3 zone, which is hard to do. Good ball movement that time by Hartsville.
So Southside went on a 10-1 run. Hartsville has answered with a 6-0 spurt. Count that basket and the foul.
Dante Anderson. Number 3, Dante Anderson, the senior, folks. He's a 4-year letterman, Emerson. So he's a veteran. There he is right there. Took a little hit. Got the ball up, but he's attacked the rim strong, though. This is not his first trip to the foul line. You'll see him there more often because he puts his head down and knows how to get into the paint.
Anderson completes the three-point play to match that number on his jersey, and he's a very able ball handler. He is the primary ball handler for Coach B.J. Jackson, and he is very adept in that department. Out of bounds, over to Southside.
Scoring.
Sorry, Stacy, 42 is Keldrick Allen for the Tigers. His first action tonight.
Yes, sir. They're trying to stretch the depth out. One thing B.J. Jackson says is Hartsville's a team that has a lot of depth, so he's trying to counter that.
We also sat down with B.J. Jackson from Southside and asked him what's special about his Southside club.
This team, I'm going to be honest with you,
Our first game against Eastside, we had a little situation after the game where a lot of parents felt like that things wasn't being ran the right way. People were getting upset, and the kids, got a little frustrated with the situation. But from that point on, they all matured from it. It was a learning experience not only for the kids, but for the coaching staff. And we all came together as one. And, we also went on 4-game skid. And we put it together at the right time. It's not about where you start, it's where you finish. And we've been successful at doing that. But we felt like after that Eastside game, we became one after that. We've been playing hard for each other, as well as, I know it's a lot different as the kids walk around the school. Beginning of the year, they were more so walking by themselves or had like a little group. Now, when you watch the kids walk around the school or eat lunch, they all eating together as one.
UNITY.
That's it. That's it. It was a song by Queen Latifah one time. A big steal that time by the big kid, 6'6", Tevin Prescott. Hadn't done well from the free throw line, though, but the height is a bit of a problem so far early in this ball game for Southside.
(27-19) Hartsville. Yelverton taking it in over the outstretched arm of Tevin Prescott, and another foul. I think the officials certainly have gotten their money's worth with the whistle here in the first half.
Yes, sir.
Another look at the drive and the foul by, I'm sure if they got Prescott there.
They're all good calls, though. These teams are physical, and they're both attacking. They both have that one style of play, and they like to attack. So the calls are good.
You're right, and honestly, the refs have probably done a good job of keeping this game under wraps to some degree. Both these teams very athletic, very physical. They're not afraid of contact.
Both playing full court defense, so you get a lot of grabbing and checking in the full court defense. Now you see a 2-2-1 press employed now by Southside.
10 fouls on Hartsville, 8 on Southside, coming up on 3 minutes remaining in the first half. This is the 3A boys state championship game. Shaw from downtown.
Splash. Good ball movement. Jalen Shaw patient. Saw a gap in the zone and nailed it.
Off-white, says the official, right in front of us here at our courtside location, and pointed at the Hartsville player, said off-white, so it'll be orange ball, Southside ball, with Quay Copeland coming over to inbound. Here's that three by Jalen Shaw.
Just beautiful. He set his feet up under him. Has great form. But yeah, again, averaging 21 a game. That's a natural score.
Long three by Southside. Came up a little bit short. That was Devontae Washington clearing the board for the Red Foxes. The Hartsville lead is 10. Southside player Evans fell down. Washington got it inside, and he was fouled.
The ball, if they're going to move the ball that well with the height, it's got to be a problem. And that zone really isn't stopping Hartsville right now. So Coach Jackson talking to his players now, saying that you're out of position. And look at him shaking his head. Coach can draw up the plays like he wants to, but you got to execute. And when you don't, you get that reaction from your coach.
Prescott leaves the game. Lakeith Ingram checks back in. A really solid trio of post players at Eric Samuel's disposal, Stacy, with Washington and Prescott the starters. And then, if you have fatigue or foul trouble, you go to Ingram off the bench. And, they play Ingram good minutes regardless of whether they have foul trouble or fatigue. Ingram's a main part of the rotation.
He is. Only a sophomore, 6'4".
Anderson, with a tough shot, drew the blocking foul, so he'll toe the line with 2:11 left in the first half.
He's a tough shot taker. We saw that last week. We see it again. Again, when you're a senior, you don't want your career to end. You're going to get very aggressive play from Dante Anderson today. Trying to get a title. They were last year, I believe 2 years ago.
Laquan Pearson back in for Hartsville. Ingram across the timeline, dangerous pass that Anderson tried to save it from going out, but I believe he stepped out.
He did, but that pressure is causing problems now. They executed the way Coach Jackson wants it done that time. They got the ball in the hands of a ball handler who's not real sure. The sophomore, Keith Ingram, not a natural ball handler, kind of forced the pass, and this is what Southside wants out of their press.
Prescott inbounds into the backcourt to Naquan Pearson. Long pass into the corner. Pretty move right there by Brandon Avant.
My goodness, nice jump stop, nice elevation, and soft touch.
Hartsville by 11. Southside had cut the lead to 4 at one time, and Hartsville's grown it back out. This is Anderson. Nice move into the lane.
Left hand, I'm sorry. My goodness. Jump stop, Emerson. Got the ball in the proper hand and went up strong. He's a very athletic kid, Dante Anderson, and he's carried Southside thus far.
Back to a 9-point ball game. Deep in the first half. Steal by Southside. Copeland took it away. The pass to Evans, and an offensive foul call.
Yeah, that's one of those calls, Emerson, if that's college or pro inside that arc right there, that's a block automatically, but in high school you can still get the charge call right there. I believe there's 2 fouls on Juwan Evans. Take a look right here. Good pitch ahead by Quay Copeland and kind of close to the hoop, but McPhail in the right place. Draws the foul.
So Pearson holds up 5 fingers on the right hand to call the play. Zone defense by Southside. Top key 3. A mortar by Pearson. And out of bounds to Southside. It was an open look.
But you know, sometimes you're open for a reason. And every open shot is not a good shot. I thought he was going to put somebody's eye out with that one. Look at that. It smells like team spirit. Southside hostile.
Press again by the Red Foxes. Yelverton beats it across the timeline. Doubled in the corner. Got it in, however. And a foul before the turn and the shot by Keldrick Allen. So this will mean more free throws for Southside.
They've been on the line quite a bit. Again, very physical game, though. It's got to be a tough game to officiate, though. 2 really good defensive-minded teams.
Keldrick Allen, 6'1" and a sophomore.
Looks a little bigger than 6'1" to me. So it's taller than 6'1".
Shaw back in for Hartsville. Allen will try to cut it to 7. And he does. Good form up at the line by Keldrick Allen.
I love the lefties. I'm one myself. Beautiful left-handed stroke there from the line.
Half a minute left in the half. This is Prescott. Outside for a 3-pointer. Off the mark by Avant. 20 seconds left in the half. Here's Dante Anderson bringing it up. Guarded by Freddie Jackson. Into the corner and a baseline move. Lost the handle. Save it to Jackson. Jackson with 7 seconds. Down the lane. He'll tell, stripped away on a clean play by Copeland, and now we have a foul. The Copeland play was clean. The foul occurred later.
Freddie Jackson, not the R&B singer, but the 5'5" guard, got caught with his hand to cook the job. That's 3 on him, I believe.
I believe you're right. 3 in the first half in limited action for Freddie Jackson. We mentioned he's a spark plug for Hartsville, but he's not been able to get on track early on. But boy, he's been around the ball, Stacy, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah, he's a ball hawk now. Freddie Jackson. So he wants to rock with you for old time's sake.
So Anderson can cut it to 6. Closing seconds of the half. 6-point ball game. The heave over the backboard and nearly hit one of the Southside cheerleaders. in back of that bucket. A 6-point ball game as we head to the break. Hartsville 33, Southside 27. We join Bob Shields.
Coach Eric Samuel, Hartsville coach Eric Samuel, and it's been a game of runs, which is great for the fans of both schools. Not so much, I guess, for coaches, but I know you expected Southside to make a run. They cut a double-digit lead to 7 here at the half.
Well, they got a real good team. We got too many turnovers right now. We turn the ball over a little bit. We're not making good decisions, so hopefully we can improve in that category in the second half. And we got a little foul trouble. We're going to try to fight through that, but other than that, we have to have the lead at halftime.
6-point lead for the Red Foxes as you go in. What did you like, and what do you tell your players they need to improve on?
Well, basically, we got to cut down our turnovers and sustain one more run. They run a little half-court trap. We got to do a better job again to the middle. If we do those things, we might can survive this.
Best of luck in the second half, Coach. That's Coach Eric Samuel of the Hartsville Red Foxes. A 33-27 lead for the Red Foxes. Emerson and Stacy are courtside.
Thanks, Bob. We'll get a break for halftime. Hartsville and Southside playing for the 3A state championship. Palmetto State High School basketball on the SCHSL network.
Tyler Ryan here with some Breaks for Less math. Some guys are going to give you a 2-wheel brake job. It's going to be about $200. At Breaks for Less, you get brakes on 4 wheels for $99. Let me add this up. A $99 4-wheel brake job is twice the work for half the money. That is the kind of math that just makes sense. Breaks for Less is the only way to stop.
Breaks for Less, 6 locations, including Irmo and Lexington. Ladies, come in on Wednesday and get 20% off. Call 254-STOP.
This is Regine. Her parents taught her about success and the power of a dream. Regine chose Virginia College for cosmetology and got the skills she needed to start her own client list. Today, Regine owns an award-winning hair salon and helps others realize the power of their dreams. Sometimes, success starts when the lessons that change you help you change the world. Virginia College, your success starts here. Call or visit vc.edu.
Unlike a bank, Safe Federal Credit Union never pistol-whipped a hermit crab. Unlike a bank, Safe has defeated Chuck Norris in hand-to-beard combat. Almost. Unlike a bank, Safe smells like chocolate. But most importantly, Safe is not for profit and member-owned, so you get lower fees, better rates, more services, and you get to keep more of your money. Unlike a bank. Experience Safe Federal Credit Union, where my membership matters.
What excites me is the opportunity to take the skills I have and to give back to my community.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today.
It's about stimulating innovation, even in children that don't think they like math or science.
So we get them hands-on, and it's like brains are going. I can almost guarantee you they're thinking way differently about science after we were done with them.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
Halftime at the Colonial Life Arena, Hartsville 33, Southside 27 in the 3A Boys State Championship game. We return courtside with Bob Shields.
Thank you so much, Emerson. I'm happy to have with me the principals from both competing schools, Dr. Charlie Burry from Hartsville and Mr. Carlos Brooks from Southside. Well, from the fans' point of view, that's a fun game to watch. Runs both ways. Your Tigers certainly hanging tough.
This has been a great year for us, actually. We started the season number 2 in the state, then we dropped out of the rankings, and then all of a sudden they picked it up in the playoffs. They're used to being here. And ultimately, I think this is our 4th out of 6 year being here in the state championship, and the girls were here in 2010, so that's 5 out of 6 years that I've been here in Columbia with the team.
Southside has such a great long tradition for basketball, and a relatively young coach here in B.J. Jackson. I know you've got to be pleased that in just his 3rd year here, he's got you back in Colonial Life Arena.
We had about 50 applicants that applied for the position when it came open, and B.J. was actually in the building under Louis Golden for years and years, and so it was an easy choice. The transition, B.J. and I have a great relationship as well, and he looks out for me, I look out for him, and so at the end of the day, it wasn't a hard choice for us to make with him transitioning into the building as the head man for the position.
Real excitement at the school and the community, I know. Mr. Brooks, thank you so much for the visit.
Appreciate it.
Talk to Charlie Burry now for the Hartsville Red Foxes. Like we spoke with Mr. Brooks, that was a fun first half to watch.
It has been, and Southside's one of the few teams we've played all season that's been able to match our quickness, and that worries me a little bit. They're quick as cats out on the perimeter, and from what I understand, they can shoot the ball well, too.
Talk about the excitement that you've had at Hartsville, because it's been a long time since the Red Foxes have come here to play for a state championship.
It has been a long time since our boys team has been here. We've had a strong basketball program on the girls' side for many years. The legendary Pat Hewitt won 2 or 3 state championships, so our girls are used to coming here. And, of course, everybody knows what a tough job it is to play the Red Foxes in football at Kellytown Stadium. Our baseball teams won a state championship or 2, so we're no strangers to the state championship venues.
Dr. Burry, good luck to your Tigers here in the second half. We got one half of basketball to play. It is halftime here at Colonial Life Arena. The Hartsville Red Foxes leading 33-27 over the Southside Tigers. Emerson Phillips and Stacy Huff are courtside.
Bob Shields, our courtside reporter tonight. We'll get a timeout. We'll come back. We'll get a look at some first half highlights after this break. Hartsville by 6 over Southside here on the SCHSL Network.
Tyler Ryan here with some breaks for less math. You know, some guys are going to give you a 2-wheel brake job. It's going to be about $200. At Brakes for Less, you get brakes on 4 wheels for $99. Let me add this up. A $99 4-wheel brake job is twice the work for half the money. That is the kind of math that just makes sense. Brakes for Less is the only way to stop.
Brakes for Less, 6 locations, including Irmo and Lexington. Ladies, come in on Wednesday and get 20% off. Call 254-STOP.
This is Regine. Her parents taught her about success and the power of a dream. Regine chose Virginia College for cosmetology and got the skills she needed to start her own client list. Today, Regine owns an award-winning hair salon and helps others realize the power of their dreams. Sometimes, success starts when the lessons that change you help you change the world. Virginia College, your success starts here. Call or visit vc.edu.
Unlike a bank, Safe Federal Credit Union never pistol whipped a hermit crab. Unlike a bank, Safe has defeated Chuck Norris in hand-to-beard combat. Almost. Unlike a bank, Safe smells like chocolate. But most importantly, Safe is not for profit and member-owned, so you get lower fees, better rates, more services, and you get to keep more of your money. Unlike a bank. Experience Safe Federal Credit Union, where my membership matters.
What excites me is the opportunity to take the skills I have and to give back to my community.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today.
It's about stimulating innovation, even in children that don't think they like math or science.
So we get them hands-on, and it's like brains are going. I can almost guarantee you they're thinking way differently about science after we were done with them.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
Getting set for the start of the second half here in Columbia, the Colonial Life Arena, the site of this weekend of champions for high school basketball here in South Carolina. Emerson Phillips and Stacy Huff with you once again. Glad you're with us for high school basketball on the South Carolina High School League Network. Stacy, we've got some first half highlights coming up here, and it was a quick start for the Hartsville Red Foxes. They jumped out to a 19-6 lead.
Yes, they did. They blitzed. That's the way they come down here. And this man, Devontae Washington, has been very impressive. He's carried Hartsville on his back for most of the way. There he is again, getting out ahead of the back, up and in. And then check out a little penetration on a little 12-footer there by Alex Gottlieb off the bench. And now a little pitch ahead here for the freshman, Jawan Evans. Got a three-point play out of that one. That's Evans pitching ahead that time to Dante Anderson. It's been the Devontae show. Devontae for Hartsville, Washington, and Dante Anderson right here he is again with another one of his three-point plays. The senior, 4-year letterman, leading the way.
First half statistics, about 33% from the floor for Southside, a little bit better than that for Hartsville. And Southside 0 of 8 from downtown. Dead even on the rebounds, slight edge on the turnovers for Hartsville. Let's get another timeout, and we'll come back and get you set for the start of the second half. Third quarter play is coming up next in the 3A Boys Championship game on the South Carolina High School League Network.
excites me is the opportunity to take the skills I have and to give back to my community.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today.
It's about stimulating innovation, even in children that don't think they like math or science.
So we get them hands-on, and it's like brains are going. I can almost guarantee you they're thinking way differently about science after we were done with them.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today. My name is Paul. I work for Time Warner Cable as a network engineer. Working with Connect a Million Minds, I've gotten to see how the minds of a lot of young people work. It's watching the light bulb come on, and you really understand that child just had a spark go off, and you helped create that spark.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
8 minutes on the clock for the start of the third quarter. Hartsville by 6 as we begin the second half. Starting 5 back on the floor for Hartsville. Benjamin, Shaw, McPhail, Washington, and Prescott. And the starting 5 on the floor as well for Southside. Anderson, Evans, Burton, Copeland, and Sloan. Stacy, you mentioned that Quay Copeland, the leading scorer for Southside, he wears number 24. He is scoreless in this ballgame.
Yes, and they're only down 6, so that you got to be pleased. You're going to get a travel call. That's a tough call for Donnie Benjamin there. He fell to the floor, lost his footing. There's a traveling call.
Don't forget, friends, that for both live streaming and on-demand coverage of all the South Carolina High School League championships, you can log on to SCHSL.tv. The SCHSL network not only covers football and basketball championships, but we have boys and girls finals from all sports and all seasons. That's SCHSL.tv.
Nice strip by Copeland right there.
Copeland scoreless in the game. And, in his defense, Stacy, he has not really looked to score, but when you come in averaging 16, 17 points a game, and you don't score in the first half, your team might suffer.
Yes, they'll have suffered. Oh, nice rebound attempt that time by Dante Anderson.
Anderson got in there and got the right hand on that basketball, tried to push it back up and in, and he drew a foul.
This kid is about 5'8", Emerson, and he's played all around the basket so far in this ball game. They can't keep him off the boards, and he's lived at the free throw line.
Anderson has done a good job of getting to the foul line so far tonight. Ingram back in as Prescott leaves for Hartsville. Right foot in front of the left for Anderson. Too strong on the second toss. Top key three, Jalen Shaw on a rim out.
Got a good look at it, though. Good look that time.
Southside working on the Hartsville zone. Evans for three. No good. Backside board controlled by Washington. He out-battled two Tigers to get that rebound. And a heavy screen. Boy, a heavy elbow to the jaw of a Southside player.
That's Juwan Evans that went down in the heat, but Devontae Washington leveled them on a pick that time.
Get a look at a replay here. Watch 30. Underneath the chin, across the chest. I stand corrected, but a pretty hard screen right there.
It was pretty violent that time, and Evans went down hard. He didn't even brace himself. He went down so hard.
Stacey, you might can get away with that in the NBA or maybe even a college game, but not at the high school level.
Never that. And it was really away from the play. A little bit, maybe unnecessary. I don't think it was anything intentional, but he was trying to help his teammate out at that time, but you can't move. First of all, when you're doing it, you can't lean into it. And Juwan Evans is up. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's a tough kid. But that's the turnover in Hartsville at this point in time. Just up 5. They could turn around to be a momentum swing. I think Evans has to come out of the ball game for at least a play here, Emerson.
That's right. When the officials stop play for any type of injury situation, the player in question must exit the ball game. So that's what Evans has done. We've had a timeout taken right here. 6:13 left in the third quarter.
And I wonder if they're taking this timeout. I wonder, can they bring him back in after the timeout?
Championship weekend for high school basketball. Last night here at the CLA, the Silver Foxes from Dutch Fork captured their first ever girls basketball state championship. 27 points for Danisha Schuler. In 4A boys, an overtime thriller. A game that'll be talked about for a long time to come. Shaq Rowland, the Gamecock football commitment, fouled out with 7 seconds left. Gaffney wins the state title for the second time in 3 years. And now today, starting at 11 o'clock this morning, the Lady Winds from Timmonsville High School beat Abbeville for the 1A crown in 1A boys. Back-to-back state titles for Great Falls and the 8th state championship for legendary coach John Smith. In 2A girls, a very tight game. The Battling Bishops from Bishop England over Columbia High. In 2A boys, another tight finish. North Charleston jumped out to an 18-0 lead and had to hold on to win by 1 over the Bulldogs from Newberry High School. I'd say that was the game of the day thus far.
Yes, sir. Beautiful game. Nice comeback by Newberry, but North Charleston held on.
That the Bishop England win over Columbia High, also very entertaining.
Yes, went down to the last shot.
Hartsville got numbers here. Shaw lost a handle and is picked up by Dante Anderson. Man, Anderson is everywhere. He's always around the ball.
Yes, sir.
Evans started in, swinging around to Copeland. Copeland fires inside. Sloan goes up, and it drops in.
Nice play. Good look by Quay Copeland. He's had a couple of nice feeds into the paint, and Sloan does a good job catching that and getting it up soft.
McPhail from downtown.
From downtown Hartsville. Number 15 there. He's a senior.
And that three-pointer by McPhail, the first points of the second half for Hartsville. And an errant pass by Copeland sails out.
He was looking to feed someone, but communication breakdown that time, and the player rolling to the basket was not prepared to catch a pass. More substitutions for Southside and Hartsville. Both teams keeping players fresh, Emerson.
We see that sometimes. Stacy, the guard, drives down the middle of the lane. The players on the wing think he's going to the bucket, so they crash to try to offensive rebound. Then the pass is made, and there's nobody home.
Exactly. Nice body control that time by Jalen Shaw. Nice jump stop and a little teardrop floater.
Copeland, 4-3. A little bit strong, rebounded by Shaw. Shaw weaves front court, and he drew a foul. Hip check there by Yelverton on the block.
Yeah, they didn't get Nicholas Yelverton at the time. Tried to slide over and help his teammate out there. They're trying to pressure the ball and pick the tempo up, but he just got there a step late. Look at the Hartsville cheerleaders. They're trying to extend their defense. Southside trying to really force tempo. Not like you got to rush Hartsville anyway. They're a pretty quick tempo team anyway. So I'll call a carry that time on Jalen Shaw.
That has been an area of emphasis the last several years for high school basketball. Kids have a tendency to slip their hand underneath the ball when they're changing directions, and of course you can't do that, so high school refs have been calling that carry more and more last few years.
Yes, sir.
Evans drove in, blocked on the inside. Nice leap by Pinson to control, and Southside keeps it midway through the third quarter of play in the 3A boys state championship game. Bounce feed from Evans inside. Copeland, his first basket.
They run a good two-man game in that backcourt, Emerson. Copeland, the leading scorer, he knows how to get a shot off, and a good look that time by Jawan Evans. He averages about 3 assists per ball game.
A high screen by Washington and a foul. We're going to have a 3-shot foul right here. Evans committed the foul.
3 being the key number. That's a 3-shot foul, and I believe that's Evans' third foul.
He got him just as Shaw was going up. So 3 shots here for Jalen Shaw. The All-State selection from Hartsville, 21 points, 6 assists, and 3 steals a ball game. And Stacy, we've mentioned several times this weekend that the All-State selections go to the 16 best players in the state. 16 boys and 16 girls, and it is regardless of classification.
Exactly, which is very key. I don't think it was that way years ago, but that's a new way they've done it recently, and I think it works. But you got to be able to ball. 16 is not a lot of people for as many basketball teams as we have in South Carolina.
It is voted on by the South Carolina high school basketball coaches, and it is the 16 best players in the state, according to the coaches, regardless of classification. Jalen Shaw, one of those players this year. We've seen a handful of them. L.J. Peak from Gaffney last night, Shaq Rowland. We saw Xavier Holmes from Great Falls, which captured a state championship today in the Class A ranks. Rebound for A.J. Burton for Southside. Hartsville has pushed the lead back to 9. Tigers basketball here in the third. Evans knifing down and drawing a foul. I believe they'll get Ingram. Or perhaps it'll be number 20, Alex Gottlieb. Let's check the call. It is on Gottlieb.
Good penetration at the time. Juwan Evans is taking a beating today, though. He's taking a lot of hits and been on the floor quite a bit, but again, tough kid. You see he's only a freshman. He looks young. You see baby-faced, but he's going to fill out. So the kid's going to get bigger, about 5'10", 5'11" right now, because all the basketball talent in the world.
Stacy, as memorable as Evans' performance was last week when Southside knocked off the defending 3A state champs from Wade Hampton, as memorable as Evans' performance was, the one moment that I may remember most is the reception that he received from the bench. The coaches and players for Southside, when they took him out of the game in the closing seconds, the entire team, coaches and all, came over and hugged him. It was a giant group hug for Juwan Evans. Just a very emotional moment for that basketball team, and they knew at that point they were headed to Columbia.
Exactly. He's a rare talent that young, and they saw a star being born. And Coach Jackson said in the press conference that he's just a different breed. So they know they have something special on their hands at Southside. Even upperclassmen know it.
And the comment we heard from Coach Jackson, offensive foul call right there. They got
a bit of a thespian also. Juwan Evans on that play. He drew that charge and went down like somebody hit him with a hammer. A lot of the time he's on the floor. I don't know if he needs to be on the floor, but just high basketball IQ. I'm sorry.
I was thinking about the comment that Coach Jackson gave us. We heard it at the start of the game tonight, talking about the incident that took place after the first game of the season. They had lost to Eastside, and there was some dissension on the team and maybe among some of the parents or fans of the program, and people were not happy with the way things went that first game. And you can tell that Coach Jackson has done a great job of galvanizing this Southside team. He's really brought everybody together. That type of situation can really drive a wedge in your ball club, in your locker room, and when you have division, it's just hard to get things done. And for Southside to have later lost 4 in a row in the month of February and then recovered to put together this playoff run, I just think it speaks volumes about Barney Jackson.
It does. You have to have two things. You have to have strong leadership at coaching and seniors and upperclassmen that buy into your program. Coach Eric Samuel called timeout from the bench because he didn't like that pressure they were getting right now. He didn't think they were in the right press break offense, and he's a little upset at some of his players for him having to call the timeout.
Eric Samuel, the head coach for Hartsville High School, and we talked with him about what he likes about coaching high school basketball.
Just helping kids, prepare for life. That's our biggest challenge. To use all the, basketball experiences, prepare them for life, and hopefully, when they move on, they understand the winning part in basketball, help them, achieve their goals in life. So, and just being in the gym, man. I played basketball for Hartsville. Being an alumni of the school, being able to come home and work with the parents I went to school with, children. It's just a wonderful thing. So when we can come together and be successful on this level, it's just great memories.
I'll tell you what, Stacy, if I'm a Hartsville Red Fox, I'm very happy that Eric Samuel's my head coach, and I hope he stays there for a very long time.
Exactly. They're in good shape. Cat knows basketball, and again, he loves it because he's from there. But the thing he can do, he knows how to win at basketball. Loving it is good, but he can win at it too.
Just a warm personality, very pleasant disposition, and happy to see Coach Samuel having success at his alma mater. I talked to Coach Samuel on the phone the other day, and there's an offensive foul call, a charge on Copeland. We'll give it back to Hartsville, and I asked Coach Samuel how the teams at Hartsville that he played on, how they did in the playoffs. I said, what's the deepest you made it in the playoffs? He said, first round.
Wow.
So the teams that he's coached have had a lot more success than the teams that he played on at Hartsville.
Exactly. His X and O is better than him and some of his comrades did, and I can identify with that. I understand that.
And I don't think that was the favorite question that I asked him. I don't think that was his favorite.
No. I'm sure he didn't want to expound upon that, but that's all right. He's here.
He gave me the honest answer, though, and we appreciate that.
Yes, sir. He definitely can coach him, though.
Deep in the third in the 3A boys championship game, Freddie Jackson drives in at 5 feet 5 inches tall, and he had that ball. I thought it was blocked out. They're saying it's off of Jackson, out of bounds to Southside.
Freddie Jackson hasn't had a smooth evening. He's had some fouls that he didn't agree with necessarily, and then I think he thought he was fouled right there and turned the ball over.
An 8-point ball game. Low-scoring third quarter here. The pace is slow to the third. And Hartsville has extended its lead by 2 points in this third quarter to this point. Nice shot block. That was Gottlieb getting a piece. And here's Gottlieb for three. Yes!
That's just beautiful. Beautiful form. Nice jump and a steal. Look at this.
A steal by Demishion Smith. And a travel call. We'll give it over to Southside.
Coach Samuel wants a foul call right there. And just not going to get it. But that pressure turned the ball over quick as a hiccup. They made a basket and got it right back. Southside's got to find a way now, Emerson, to break this pressure and get up quality shots. They hadn't got up a quality shot in a moment.
Key three by Demishion Smith. And that's Gottlieb. It was Gottlieb that hit the three, rather. Beg your pardon. And Gottlieb nearly came up with a steal on that last play. So the lead goes from 8 to 11 on the three by Gottlieb. Final minute, quarter number 3.
Traveling. The pressure is bothering Southside, is rattling them. They need to get the ball in the hands of Dante Anderson. Let the senior handle the ball against this pressure. The big boys have turned it over a couple of times now.
Pearson front court for Hartsville. Pearson hangs one up high. Oh, the teardrop off the top of the window.
Yes, sir. And a steal.
And he goes spilling out of bounds into the photographers off the court here. Another look at this tough shot by Pearson. Off the tip top of the glass.
That's high. You can't get any higher than that off the glass. Dangerous time now for Southside. They might get doors blown off if they don't do something here.
Freddie Jackson scores with a left hand after the steal.
They get the ball in the hand of ball handlers, Emerson.
Pearson. Say Southside stepped out.
Oh, that ball's going back to Hartsville. And it looks like Dorian Penson's injured. You see him lying down the floor right there, writhing in pain. After the whistle had blown, he collided with Freddie Jackson, and there's some real ankle issues over there, looks like. Southside is not letting their true ball handlers touch the ball, Emerson. The wrong guys are touching the ball against pressure, and they're going to get the doors blown right off of them right now if they don't do something about the ball handling against this Hartsville pressure.
Gottlieb for another three, air ball this time.
Heat check.
Defended nicely by Allen. Here's Allen on the other end. Scored a basket and a foul. Wow, what a play by Keldrick Allen.
Up with the left hand. Some kind of way he forced that ball off the glass. That was hard off the glass. And took the contact. Look right here, getting the steps together. And that's Freddie Jackson again. And he did smart to get the ball up on the window after they heard the whistle.
How did he get that shot off?
It was a tough angle. It was a tough angle. He couldn't make that shot again, Emerson, if he stayed in here and locked him in the gym. and came back Monday, he could have made that shot again. But it went in right then. That's all that matters.
3-point play, Keldrick Allen for Southside. 10 seconds left in the quarter. Gottlieb passes front court. This is Freddie Jackson. Freddie gets it over to Naquan Pearson. Inside Ingram. No basket. That'll be the end of the third quarter. And a prosperous third quarter for the Red Foxes from Hartsville High School. They lead Southside by 12. It's 48-36 as we head to the fourth and final quarter of the Weekend of Champions here in Columbia. We'll be back on the South Carolina High School League Network.
Tyler Ryan here with some breaks for less math. You know, some guys are going to give you a two-wheel brake job. It's going to be about $200. At Brakes for Less, you get brakes on 4 wheels for $99. Let me add this up. A $99 four-wheel brake job is twice the work for half the money. That is the kind of math that just makes sense. Brakes for Less is the only way to stop.
Brakes for Less, 6 locations, including Irmo and Lexington. Ladies, come in on Wednesday and get 20% off. Call 254-STOP.
This is Regine. Her parents taught her about success and the power of a dream. Regine chose Virginia College for cosmetology and got the skills she needed to start her own client list. Today, Regine owns an award-winning hair salon and helps others realize the power of their dreams. Sometimes, success starts when the lessons that change you help you change the world. Virginia College, your success starts here. Call or visit vc.edu.
Unlike a bank, Safe Federal Credit Union never pistol whipped a hermit crab. Unlike a bank, Safe has defeated Chuck Norris in hand-to-beard combat. Almost. Unlike a bank, Safe smells like chocolate. But most importantly, Safe is not for profit and member-owned, so you get lower fees, better rates, more services, and you get to keep more of your money. Unlike a bank. Experience Safe Federal Credit Union, where my membership matters.
What excites me is the opportunity to take the skills I have and to give back to my community.
I care about sparking an interest in science, technology, engineering, and math with the children of today.
It's about stimulating innovation, even in children that don't think they like math or science.
So we get them hands-on, and it's like brains are going. I can almost guarantee you they're thinking way differently about science after we were done with them.
Time Warner Cable employees are inspiring the next generation of problem solvers. Visit connectamillionminds.com to find out what you can do.
Start of the fourth quarter in the 3A championship game. Hartsville with a 12-point lead over Southside. Hartsville wearing white, Southside wearing orange. Emerson Phillips with Stacy Huff and Bob Shields. And we're joined once again by Jerome Singleton, the commissioner of the South Carolina High School League. Offensive foul call there on Freddie Jackson, so Southside will get it back. Jerome, another wonderful weekend of champions for basketball here in Columbia. The Colonial Life Arena, the site of this year's championship weekend again, and the high school league's just done a great job putting this event on. Tell us how things have gone for you and your staff this weekend. We know it's been a busy weekend. 8 games in what, about 18 hours?
It's been a great week. Actually, it's been a great week. Started out with the press conference that we had Monday. It's been good basketball. Throughout the entire process. We're just so pleased. And I'd like to extend our appreciation from the South Carolina High School Leagues, all the member schools, for the support we've got from the communities in supporting our young athletes.
Jerome, we've had an opportunity on these broadcasts to put the coaches and players on the airways. We've also talked with a number of the principals, and they've given us a sense of the pride that these communities feel bringing their fans to the capital city for championship weekend. It means a lot to the people in the community.
Absolutely, it does. And I think to a coach, if you speak to them, what's the first thing that they talk about, or what's their ultimate goal for their season? Of course, it is to make it to the state finals. I mean, that's the whole plan, the whole process. And only a few get to make it. A lot of them tried hard, and a lot of them do very well. But as we get into the playoff, it narrows itself down, and those that are deserving get to the finals.
And we're worldwide on the web tonight, also partnering with Time Warner Cable to make these games available live to folks who could not make it out to the Colonial Life Arena. But based on the attendance, it's been pretty good this weekend at the CLA.
I've been pleased. I'm very pleased. We've had it, locally played with Time Warner, had it nationally played with the web, and actually had it played internationally. And I was talking with a coach the other day, and he said last year when they played, the principal was actually at war across seas, and he had an opportunity to watch the contest, and that brings the pleasure to it. Those that need to see it, those that really want to see it, gets an opportunity to do it. Play on Sports, SCHSL.TV, and gentlemen such as yourself, I'm telling you, y'all just don't realize the impact that y'all have. They've done a fantastic job to get this across out there.
We appreciate that. Jerome, also coming up in the spring, a chance for viewers worldwide on the SCHSL network to take in spring sports coverage as well.
And that's true, and that's when we have our largest number of athletes actually competing is in the spring. We have so many sports going on, and a lot of great sports that takes on a large number of kids. And again, the SCHSL.TV and Time Warner, if at all possible, and Play on Sports. I mean, we're again able to bring this stuff to the people that really want to be there.
Commissioner Singleton, have you gotten any feedback about the gate or the numbers of people? Because this seems to me like this is one of the biggest crowds I've seen here. And I come here every year, whether I'm working it or not. Some of the biggest crowds consistently for all 8 ball games that I've seen in recent years.
Right, and again, I haven't had the opportunity to get the numbers for tonight. I know last night we had close to 10,000 paid, and probably an additional 2,000 that actually came in. So right around 12,000 saw it last night, and again, I don't know the exact numbers for tonight, but I'll tell you the times that we looked in the stands, it looked like the schools were well represented.
Yes, they have, and communities.
Right.
Jerome, on this camera underneath the goal over here, if you give our people a wave. All right. That's the commish, Jerome Singleton. Great to see you. Thanks for coming over.
Appreciate all you do.
Man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Our thanks to Jerome Singleton and the South Carolina High School League. Fourth quarter of play here at the Colonial Life Arena. Stacy, 51-38 Hartsville. They have been in control most of the second half.
They have, and again, Southside can't complain about the tempo. This is the tempo they want to play at. They're just not getting shots down, and I think the length has bothered them. Their leading scorer, Quay Copeland, has struggled a little bit. I think he'll catch fire here before the game's over with, but it may be too late. But this young man at this free throw line right now has kind of maintained and held Southside within the striking distance in this ball game. That's Dante Anderson. That's what you want from your senior leader. 12 points on a rebound, but he's penetrated and caused a lot of havoc inside against Hartsville, and they need some people to jump up and get to his level of intensity if they're going to come back in this ball game.
Hartsville with Ingram in the front court. Tough shot there, rattled out. Follow up, no good. Tip up, no. Offensive rebound. Gottlieb put it up short. Hartsville battling on the offensive glass, but now Southside's got it. Pearson almost stole it. Anderson's got it. He'll score. No! Back iron with a right hand. I thought he would finish. He put it off the back iron. Pass deflected by Southside, out of bounds. It'll remain Hartsville basketball.
Frenetic pace, just frenzied activity, but not a lot of points in that last little scenario right there. But time is starting to tick. Southside's got to get better baskets up. They're not getting good looks, Emerson, on their end of the floor on offense. They're not getting good looks at the basket, and they're not getting their scorers in position to score. Jawan Evans hasn't had a decent look at a basket in a while now.
51-39 Hartsville. Still time for Southside. Baseline J, a little bit strong. And it was knocked out by Keldrick Allen. Hartsville's got it back.
Dorian Penson got a good look at a basket at time, just a little long on it, but pressure defense now, full court.
Beautiful steal by Evans. Evans will take it in and finish it off.
That's just talent. That's just talent, folks.
That's reminiscent of his play last weekend at the Bilo Center.
Yes, it is. The later the game gets, the better he seems to play. There's a turnover they want right there.
Allen's got it for Southside. He'll give it up to Anderson. Front court Evans. Into the corner for a three-point shot. No. Hartsville's got it with Naquan Pearson. Pearson slicing in. Pearson hit hard and fouled.
Called it on Dorian Pinson, I do believe. Take a look right here. Look at this pickpocket right here. Look at this. That's just beautiful. Pick that meat right off the bone right there. Almost got an N1 that time. Created a little contact. Nice little scoop and score by Jawan Evans, only a freshman.
Laquan Pearson at the foul line for Hartsville. He's giving the Red Foxes good minutes off the bench. A 5'9" senior guard trying to cap his Hartsville career with a state championship. The school's first state title since 1952.
That's even before I was born, if you can believe it or not. 1952. That's back in Fonzie and those boys' days. Happy days.
52. 60 long years.
It's a long time.
Boy, it has been some kind of drought for Hartsville boys basketball, but Coach Eric Samuel has got them back in Columbia playing for the championship. You know, not only have they not won the state championship, they have not played in a championship game since 1952. And here they are with a 11-point lead, 5:24 left in the game.
That ball got knocked off of Quake Copeland. It was a steal attempt by Hartsville, but the ball deflected off of Copeland, and it stays right here on this end of the floor, which seems like most of the game's been played on Hartsville's end of the floor.
Gottlieb flings it into the corner for a three-pointer off back iron. Copeland got a hand on it, but Hartsville keeps it with Demishan Smith. Here's Evans staying in bounds, flying in, scoring. Jawan Evans, the ninth grader from Southside.
He has body control like a young man much older than he is, Emerson. He really has it together. On a 9-point game right now.
Shaw fouled on the floor before the shot. Shaw was set to go to the bucket.
That foul's on Quake Copeland. A very frustrating evening for Quake Copeland.
And Donnie Benjamin checks back in as we check out the Hartsville cheerleaders and students and fans. Nice, beautiful play there. Yes, sir, off the inbound, right in to Devontae Washington.
That's that man again.
So here's Dante Anderson. Anderson had it taken away. Shaw bounces it underneath.
Just too much Hartsville right now. Too much talent, too much length. Seems like they have 6 players on the floor on defense right now.
Demishan Smith. And on the other end, an answer by Southside's A.J. Burton. 56-45. Hinson the rebound. Evans, bouncer, right side. Anderson, no, but he was fouled.
That kid elevates. I would argue right now that Dante Anderson probably is the highest vertical in the building right now. He's 5'6", 5'7". Look at this guy elevate. Look at him get up in the air on this play. Up high. Needed that basket to go down, though. 4 minutes to go. They need every point. Points at a premium. So it's time for Southside.
Smith leaves. Prescott checks back in. And a timeout taken by Hartsville. Full timeout on the floor. Eric Samuel, the head coach from Hartsville, has got them a 22-6 record on the year. B.J. Jackson, his counterpart from Southside, with an 18-9 record this year. We asked both coaches what they like about coaching. Let's hear from B.J. Jackson first.
Being able to have an effect on a young man's life. You know, I talk to the kids out there again. It's not about the game of basketball to me. It's more about the game of life. You know, God can take that round ball away from you at any given time. But I want you to be able to have something outside of that ball. You know, this past year, unfortunately, we had to suspend a lot of kids because of grades. And that's one of my pet peeves is grades. Anybody that ever played for me, they'll tell you that. But we grew from that as well. You know, the kids decided that they had to work harder in the classroom in order to play for Southside basketball. And from that, you know, I can recall one game we only had 6 kids that was eligible to dress out, but we won. And that's a mark of a good program when you're able to do that. And the kids learn as well as if I don't do what I'm supposed to do, I'm not going to play. And, you know, just having an effect on their lives. And, you know, as I said in the bottle center after the game, I got a little emotional because I looked at some of my former kids who were there, as well as former parents who were of students who played for us over at Southside. So to see them come back and be a part of something special, you know, is a big thing for us.
Stacey, you get the feeling that if your kids are playing for B.J. Jackson, your kids are in good hands.
Yes, sir. He's going to be an extension of the family, father figure, etc. And that's what a coach is. People realize coaches and teachers have tremendous impact. Most of them do it for things other than the money. Believe that.
Firm and fair.
Yes, sir.
I like his style. I had a chat with him last week at the Bilo Center in Greenville. Enjoyed talking with Coach Jackson, and great tradition of high school basketball at Southside High. We mentioned earlier, Southside won the state championship in 08 and 09 when Coach Jackson was an assistant to Louis Golden at Southside High, and 4 trips to Columbia in the last 6 years for Southside boys basketball. Their girls team also made the trip a couple of years ago. A.J. Burton couldn't get it to drop down low, but he drew contact, so he's got foul shots here with 3:49 to play.
A strong rebound that time by A.J. Burton, but he's played strong the entire ball game. Emerson giving them a big boost. He's a 6-foot sophomore, and just very great hands on him. He went up with 2 hands and caught that ball and almost got the hoop and the arm. Couldn't get the layup to go down, but he gets 2 shots. Very young team at Southside. Again, only 2 seniors on the entire roster. Chris Sloan, number 44, number 3, Dante Anderson, but a lot of sophomores and juniors.
Burton makes the second foul shot. The Hartsville lead is 10, and a steal by Evans, but a takeaway right back by Shaw. This is Shaw. Oh, yeah.
Jump stop, kind of slithered to the right a little bit, getting that shot up. Just talented. That's a natural score right there.
Another steal by Hartsville. It's Donnie Benjamin, and he'll wisely slow things down. You know, I was going to put Benjamin on the all-hair team before that play, but now that he slowed it down here in the 4th quarter, I like that even more.
Yes, sir. No doubt about it.
And Benjamin's going to make the all-hair team because I like that goatee, Stacey.
He's rocking the goatee now. I rock one myself.
Not yours. I'm talking about his.
I know. I'm a fan of the goatee now. I'm a proponent.
Oh, the finger roll by number 5, Jalen Shaw. And Hartsville starting to smell state championship here in Columbia.
Dante Anderson says, wait a minute now.
Oh, yes. And as soon as I said that, Anderson cans a 3, and we got an 11-point ball game. 2:53 left.
And timeout call, but it's going to be a big 2:53 to play here, but you're going to see pressure defense from Southside. They're going to extend it even more and look for Jawan Evans to take a bigger role. Look at that nice teardrop right there. Like a little Tony Parker teardrop. Got Jalen Shaw, the all-state performer from Hartsville, South Carolina. Not very far from my hometown. I'm very familiar with these Hartsville kids.
Certainly don't want to count out Southside just yet. An 11-point ball game, 2:53, a lot of time as we look into the Hartsville huddle. And Stacey, I was thinking back to the 2A championship game today. North Charleston ran out to an 18-0 lead. Newberry came all the way back. They outscored the Cougars 21-7 in the 4th, and North Charleston hung on to win by 1. Let's listen into the Hartsville huddle.
Everybody collapse. Come on. 1, 2, 3. You hit up. Don't jump for the block. Wait for the rebound.
Newberry trailed by 15 at the start of the 4th quarter, and they outscored North Charleston 21-7 in the 4th. So the point of all that is it's certainly doable for Southside to come back and win this game with 2:53 remaining, but they're going to have to get busy and do it quickly.
They get really busy, really fast, no doubt about it. It's going to start right here with extended defense. They're picking up baseline to baseline, Emerson.
Possession arrow favors Southside. And we have 10 fouls on Hartsville, 17 fouls on Southside, 7 fouls on the Tigers. And with no shot clock in high school basketball, Hartsville can run all the time that it can.
It's about time for Southside to start fouling, but Hartsville doesn't shoot free throws very well, so the sooner they start fouling, the sooner they make some headway here. Maybe wait a little too long right here.
Shaw spins by Evans. Nice pass to Benjamin. And that shot dropped off the rim. Here's Donnie Benjamin moving to the foul line. I like that goatee, Stacy. Maybe we can get a look at it here with Benjamin up at the foul line. Going to put him on the all-hair team here in 2012.
You going facial hair with the hair team.
Right, just like the young man from Lexington, Kiat, that we put on the all-hair team last night, came in with a beard last night.
Okay.
And I like the goatee.
A little cabbage going on there.
It's a little long on the chin. It's tough to pick up.
How long it is, that's the wisdom. That's
He got a little bit of length on the chin. I like that, Stacey.
Little baby Rick Ross feel to it. Okay. A starter kit, Rick Ross starter kit going on right here.
$63-51 Hartsville.
Going up right here.
And a takeaway by Shaw. Shaw gave the bug eyes and lays it off for the layup. You see the eyes get big, Stacey?
Yes, sir. He stretched them out wide that time. And here we go. It's that time now.
Anderson misses from 3. Benjamin clears the board. And a Southside foul. Tonight's game and all of the games this weekend for the Weekend of Champions are available. You can pick up a DVD copy at our website, SCHSL.tv. We got all the upper and lower state championship games from last weekend. We have girls and boys games from other sports championships. And of course, all 8 games for the Weekend of Champions here in Columbia. Get your copy at SCHSL.tv.
And I can tell you now, Coach Eric Samuel can start to sense it. His fans can sense it. He's fighting his emotions right now. It's going to bubble over, this young man. Imagine going back to your high school, Emerson, and so you can never go home again. Well, Eric Samuel is going home again, and every kid wants to grow up and take his high school to the promised land, and Eric Samuel is about a minute and a half from getting that done, and I can tell you now, it's going to be emotional for him.
The lead is 15. Copeland hoists a 3, came up short. A rebound by Jalen Shaw. One-hand pass, collision. Benjamin collided with Evans. Evans got the better of it, and Evans on the runner put it up short from down low. And now Copeland from 17 danced off the front. Benjamin the board. And now McPhail's got it. And a foul on Pinson from Southside. Just about benediction time.
Yes, sir.
Huff?
Yes, sir. It's going to be a mass exodus of Orange leaving the building here in a moment, and they're going to start heading toward the gates. There's the Hartsville bench. They feeling it. That's a little pre-championship rock right there going on the bench. And people are leaving in Orange, and Hartsville folks are letting them hear it. 60 years waiting, though. I guess they deserve a little celebration.
That's right. Boy, that's several generations.
Look at that smile.
You know how good it must have felt for Coach Samuel to win that state championship at Hunter Kynard Tyler back in 2005, particularly after he lost in the championship game at HKT in 2002.
We'll magnify that.
Imagine the sense of pride, winning the state championship, coaching for your alma mater.
Wow, that's what I'm saying. So you can go home again.
Dante Anderson knocks down a 3 at 67-54 with 1:10 to play.
It's going to be a frenzied 1 minute. They're going to have to shoot some free throws here because there's no quit in Southside. You know Coach B.J. Jackson is not going to allow that, but it's pretty much an insurmountable situation now for Southside. And Hartsville, they can taste it. Look at the fans. They can taste it.
Stacy, the Hartsville crowd, in my estimation, was the largest of the day today. But the interesting thing about the Hartsville crowd is that they sat in all parts of the lower bowl of this arena.
Yeah, you got spread out.
Most of the other fans that come, everybody sits in the same section or 2 or 3, usually behind their bench. But the Hartsville fans are scattered all over the building.
It's been 60 years. They're a little rusty on how to congregate at the championship game. 60 years, you know. Next time they come, they'll know to get together a little bit better, you know. Give them a break. They get a break on that. None of these fans here were alive in '52 probably when they last played for it.
Hartsville led 19-9 at the end of the first quarter. Their lead was 33-27 at halftime. And they extended the lead in the third quarter and have not looked back here in the fourth. Salting away the final seconds of the 3A state championship.
Dunk.
Prescott lost it, unable to throw it down, but he did get it to go.
Yeah, it counts. The fans waiting on that. That was going to be the exclamation point, but they'll take it. They got the cherry on top anyway. The backups are in for Southside.
Prescott, a fine player and also an excellent student for Hartsville High School, a member of the International Baccalaureate program. We love seeing these young people that excel in athletics and on the classroom. Join us as we tick down the final seconds for this Hartsville High State Basketball Championship.
Coach Samuel being embraced by his team over there.
And there it is.
Hartsville.
The 3A State Championship is headed to Kellytown. The Hartsville Red Foxes are your 2012 state champs.
And they're celebrating 60 years worth of waiting right there.
The first championship since 1952 for Hartsville High in boys basketball. Let's join Bob Shields.
Eric Samuel, you never even got to play for a state championship when you played for Hartsville back in the early 90s. Now, you did coach Hunter Kiner Tyler to a title in 05, but to lead your alma mater to its first state championship in 60 years, that's got to be a pretty sweet feeling.
Man, I can't believe it, man. We thank God, man. He blessed us all year long. We got a good group of kids over there, man. This is a tremendous feeling. We was in foul trouble, we persevered, and that's all we did all year long, was persevere.
Talk about the young men that have led the way for you here tonight.
Who was that, Shaw?
There you go.
Well, Shaw was in foul trouble, but when the game on the line, man, he do what he do, and he stood up with some big shots, and man, all the guys stepped up, just unbelievable.
Coach Samuel, congratulations. Go pick up your trophy. Celebrate with your players. Yes, sir. That is Eric Samuel, the state championship coach of the Hartsville Red Foxes. The trophy presentation coming up. We'll turn it over now to Emerson Phillips and Stacy Huff.
The Hartsville players sharing the championship with their fans. Stacy, we got players getting up in the bleachers for this championship celebration.
That's community love right there. Hartsville, South Carolina, stand up. Stand up. It's your moment. Congratulations to the Red Foxes.
We'll get a timeout and come back with the medal and trophy presentation for the state runners-up from Southside and the 2012 state champs from Hartsville High School. This is number 3.
Look at the flip pass. Here comes Lee. One-on-one. Fire scores.
From the acute angle. David Frazier.
Championship point, Del Toro. That's it. Hillcrest wins. It is Sanders. Sanders pulling away, showing his speed.
For all the best in South Carolina High School League Championship action, both live and on demand, your destination is SCHSL.tv.
We can get a player up here.
Ah, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1.
For more information on how your school can join the Play on School broadcast program and participate in the SCHSL network, go to schsl.tv/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
Come at you.
One shot.
All 8 games are in the books, and the Hartsville Red Foxes have won the 3A state championship at the Weekend of Champions. Let's join our public address announcer for the medal and trophy presentations.
Number 15, Anthony Burton. Number 20, Nicholas Yelverton. Number 22, Dorian Pinson. Number 23, Rashawn Scott. Number 24, Quavius Copeland. Number 30, Cortland Doggan. Number 33, Shaquan Young. Number 42, Keldrick Allen. And number 44, Chris Sloan. And to head coach B.J. Jackson, assistant coaches Jonathan Campbell, Kirby Freeman, Reggie Copeland, Steve Stedman, the cheerleaders, and everyone associated with Southside High School. And now the runner-up trophy to be presented by Mr. Jerome Singleton. He presents the trophy to head coach B.J. Jackson and the Southside High School Tigers. Congratulations on a fine basketball season. Here's to you and everyone in the Greenville School District. And now, in the same manner, we will award medals to the new Class 3A state champions, Hartsville High School. Presenting the medallions for Hartsville High School will be Dr. Rainey Knight, Superintendent, Dr. Bill Boyd, Assistant Superintendent, Dr. Charlie Burry, Principal, Phyllis Griggs, AD, Charles Govan, School Board Chairman, and Connell Delane, School Board Member. Also, Senator Gerald Malloy, Representatives Jay Lucas, Denny Nelson, and Robert Williams. And now, to the state champions from Hartsville High School. Number 1, Donnie Benjamin. Number 2, Brandon Avant. Number 3, Freddie Jackson. Number 4, Teddy Jackson. Number 5, Jalen Shaw. Number 10, Greg Frazier. Number 11, Lakeith Ingram. Number 14, Naquan Pearson. Number 15, Marquez McPhail. Number 20, Alex Gottlieb. Number 21, Demishawn Smith. Number 22, Zeke Copeland. Number 23, Sharon Jett. Number 30, Devontae Washington. Number 31, Tevin Prescott. And number 32, Desmond Graham. And to head coach Eric Samuel, assistant coaches Calvin Shaw, Dennis Roger, Roy McPhail, and Tion Steele, to the cheerleaders and everyone associated with Hartsville High School. And now the state championship trophy to be presented by Commissioner Jerome Singleton. He presents this trophy to Coach Eric Samuel and the new Class 3A state champions, Hartsville High School Red Foxes.
Your 3A state champs for 2012. Hartsville High School and Eric Samuel and the Red Foxes hoisting the championship trophy here at the Colonial Life Arena. That's going to wrap it up. I want to thank everybody from Play On Sports and the South Carolina High School League Network. For Birch Antley, Alan Smothers, Bob Shields, John Versteeg, Leslie Court, and many others. We invite you once again to buy a DVD copy of tonight's championship game. You can get it at our website, SCHSL.TV. Thanks to Doug First, Mike Phillips, and many others. For Stacy Huff, my name is Emerson Phillips. Good night from Columbia.
Tyler Ryan here with some Brakes for Less math. You know, some guys are going to give you a two-wheel brake job. It's going to be about $200. At Brakes for Less, you get brakes on 4 wheels for $99. Let me add this up. A $99 four-wheel brake job is twice the work for half the money. That is the kind of math that just makes sense. Brakes for Less is the only way to stop.
Brakes for Less, 6 locations, including Irmo and Lexington. Ladies, come in on Wednesday and get 20% off. Call 254-STOP.
This is Regine. Her parents taught her about success and the power of a dream. Regine chose Virginia